right, y'all, engine harness has begun. So 71 Chevelle wiring diagram, got this off eBay. I don't know, it was probably like 12 bucks or something like that. So looks like a lot, y'all, but if you just follow it and take your time, it is very easy to follow. And you know, I'm no wiring expert, definitely not an electrician by trade. Do I enjoy this? No. That's for sure. But if you just follow exactly what it says from the location that it's at, it'll tell you right where it goes, and if you need to delete it or add any wires or not, per whatever build that you're doing. In my case, the LSswap, so I probably won't need all these, probably like the voltage regulator and, you know, some of these different sensors and things like that I won't need. So that's why I'm going through it right now. So here is the wiring mess that we see here. So a long time ago, I went through this and I labeled all the wires with this blue tape, and I wrote on them, like for example, this says left marker light, you know, and just things like that. So that's pretty much kind of what I did. Last night I went over it all and I cleaned all the terminals out just to make sure they were good. I actually took them all out. They have a little hook inside there. I don't know if you can see. If you push that hook in, it'll slide right out. And I just wanted to check all the terminal ends, like, you know, like the ends like here and stuff like that, just to make sure they were all good. I think somebody kind of rigged this up before, because some of the wires aren't in the same location where they should be. And this is actually, I think, the purple wire that goes to the starter, and I don't know why this is on there, so that makes me think something like, you know, they had it rigged up to start differently or something somehow, because also the dash harness inside the car, the neutral safety switch is jumped, so that way it bypasses the neutral safety switch, or even eliminates having one. So I'm gonna have to take care of that. So they must have just had it like that to start it or move it or something, I don't know. But I have a couple harnesses here. So this is the clean harness that I chose to use. And actually, you know, with these original harnesses, you want to go through them all, because all these wires are like, you know, I mean, I don't know how old these are, 40, 50 years old. But this particular harness is actually in really good shape. All the terminal ends were really good. There was one that wasn't. It looked a little burnt. So I cut it off, and then I basically soldered it back in, and it was great. So, but as I was going through it, one of the sides, I think this side added up, everything was in its right location, but this side wasn't. So I'm going to have to go through it, and I think there's some wires missing, and I have a couple other harnesses in these bags, and I'm going to kind of go through and just make sure this here follows what I need to have done in the harness. So probably won't do any of that on camera, but just to kind of save some time. But that's pretty much what I'm doing. I already have the engine harness inside of the, not the engine harness, but the what is that called, the dash harness, already installed basically, or at least kind of ran, and have it connected to the firewall, the other part of the bulkhead. And this here is the engine side of the bulkhead, and this is actually the side right here that I'm going to be working on, because I think there's some wires missing, and I'm going to have to take some from a spare bulkhead and add them here. So that's my task today, wiring, and then doing some other things, some other small projects. I'll probably film those separately, that way I have kind of more footage on separate days. And so that's pretty much it, y'all. The dreaded wiring has began. All right, y'all, so I think I am done. I actually only had to add one wire, which was this orange wire right here. And per the schematic, if you're looking at it from the wire ends here, it was this one that goes up where it says orange, and which is orange wire that I had left over, and that leads all the way up. If you follow it all the way, it goes right to the blower fan, heater blower. So like I said, y'all, I mean, if you just follow the schematics per, you know, looking at the bulkhead, and it gives you the shape of the two different parts of the bulkhead, then it'll tell you exactly where it's supposed to go, what color it is and everything. So, you know, OR is obviously for orange, you know, B is for black, BL they have for blue, LBL light blue, BRN right there for brown. I mean, pretty straightforward, y'all. And like I said, if you go through all of it and just take your time with it, just make sure all the connections are good. All the connections except for one that I seen was good, and I just went ahead and then cut that off. It was a little burnt on one end, so I just cut it down and then soldered it all back together with my nifty solder gun there. That's actually a really good solder gun. It's left over from my stepdad, so as soon as we moved, he let me take a bunch of stuff, and so I took that. But anyways, I mean, that's pretty much it. I think this wire is actually a little bit thinner than the traditional blower motor wire. I want to say the blower motor wire might be 14 gauge, maybe even 12. Shoot, maybe even 10. I don't know. So I think this is 16 gauge. So what I did is I went ahead and just put this on for now, and if it ends up being, you know, if I feel that maybe, like, I'll check up on it and everything, and if I feel like it's getting too hot, either I'll just double it up with another, you know, 16 gauge wire, or I'll just buy, you know, a 10 gauge or something like that. And so I wanted to keep the color, so that's why I put the orange one on and this one on, because I wanted to follow the same colors as the schematic and everything. So that's why I went ahead and put it on. But what I might do is I got these wires cheap off Amazon, so either I'll just buy another set and just double them up, or I'll just put one thick orange wire on and just order that from Amazon or something. So anyways, next task is just to go out to the car and start some work outside, and I gotta finish running the fuel system. I got some spare parts here. Got another gasket for my throttle body. Got some longer bolts for the throttle body setup. I had been waiting on some extra fittings for the fuel pressure regulator. This is some other fittings for the fuel pressure regulator. And I got one more, same thing for the fuel pressure regulator. So these are the AN fittings that are gonna go from the fuel pressure regulator to the return hoses. The return hose is going to come from the throttle body in through one side of the fuel pressure regulator, and then the other fitting that I have is going to go from the bottom back to the tank. So, and this little end here is this is a plug for the other side of the fuel pressure regulator. So I'll have to show you the pressure regulator when I get out in the garage. But basically there's two ends, a hole here, a hole on the other side, and a hole in the bottom. And so I'm only going to use two of them, so that's why I got a plug for the other. So, and these have O-rings on them and everything too. So, but yeah, y'all, that's pretty much it. The wiring was actually not as bad. I'm probably going to have to resolder some things as well, because there were some parts down below here, down on the end of the harness, especially like the starter wire that's purple, that somebody had made, you know, cut it off and reconnected another wire to it or something. I don't know. So I'm probably gonna have to mess with that. But I'm gonna go in the garage and get some other stuff done, and, you know, hook it all up, and then try to run this all and try to get it ready to start, y'all. So what is going on, everybody? Man, I'm so excited right now, man. I'm out here doing the wiring. As you can see, there is wiring all over the damn place. Got my jump box right here. Just wires everywhere, y'all. But what I wanted to do was try to see if this bulkhead wiring was any good. I had to repin some other wires as well, actually just one, and that was a wire that goes, this orange wire right here, that goes from the heater connection all the way to the blower fan over there. So that's how I have it routed right now. But man, it's crazy because I wired it all up just because I wanted to see if this bulkhead was any good and if it would crank. And I don't technically have it set up to crank right now because there's no oil in it right now, but I have the starter hooked up, and I wanted to just like just barely just click it and bump it over just to see if it would even go. And man, it went. And it's awesome, y'all, because you know how it is. If you guys ever put an engine together or anything like that, you know, you take the time to do all this, and you know, to hear it actually kind of come alive for the first time is awesome. And man, it's crazy because I've been at this on the grind for so long, and just to hear it just even click over just for like a split second, man, that felt good. So I don't know, maybe I'll try it again just one more time to see if you guys can hear it. And I don't want to do it too much because, like I said, there's no oil in the motor, and I just have it just with assembly lube right now, and I have the sleeves and the bores all oiled up, but I don't have any oil inside of it right now. So but let me I'll just do it real quick so you guys can just at least hear it. But man, it's awesome. It's awesome. I don't even know what to say. But let me cut off this camera and turn it around just so I can see if you guys can hear it. All right, y'all. So I have the camera kind of facing down. I'm gonna put it as close to the starter as I can. I might just leave the camera just right here, right over the valve cover, so you guys can kind of maybe hear it. And I'll be quiet right now, but just listen for the bump. So I don't know if you guys heard that, but it was pretty quick. Actually, I probably did it so quick I didn't even let the starter gear engage the flywheel. So, but or whatever what's the proper name for a flywheel or a flex plate? But anyways, I don't know if you saw the I have all the portholes for the spark plug holes actually shoved with newspaper right now, because since I was painting them, I just left them in there, and plus I don't have the spark plugs in, so I didn't want anything to get in there. But if you look back at the video, you could see one like shoot out, and that the starter gauge quick enough just to turn the crank real, or just to turn the engage the flywheel and turn the crank real quick, and then you saw the little newspaper shoot out the spark plug hole. So I know it's working. But yeah, y'all, it feels good. Let me turn this power off. It feels good to get that done, man. Oh man, so at least I know one side of the bulkhead is working good. All the connections are good. I checked power, 4 power everywhere, and that's good. So yeah, man, I mean, it feels good to get this wired in and know that it's at least has some life in it. But yeah, y'all, I'm on my grind trying to get this done. From here now, I guess I'll just try to just continue just to keep grinding on it. I got some new power steering lines so I can get those mocked up. And shoot, just keep grinding on it, y'all. So anyways, that's my video for today. I got to just at least get some quick stuff done here so I can go to work. And then I'll be tuning back in with some more footage, all right? Deuces, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Keep following, man. Keep sharing. Keep following me along with me on this journey. And whoo, it's about to go to body shop soon, y'all. All right, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'm out. Deuces. Peace out.